Alright, whenever you're ready.
Hi, I'm Brad. My major is currently music education. I actually just got accepted in yesterday, so that's pretty cool. We're currently sitting outside our art department waiting to get into class. We're trying to get into our comics class, which is kind of cool because I've been a big fan of comics for, oh god, since I was 4. I've been to about 55, 60 conventions and various places in the country, all the way out to California once or twice. Been to Washington, D.C. a few times for a convention, Florida, Texas, the whole shebang. It's kind of a hobby that I was kind of thrown into as I was a kid, but it was something that I quickly picked up and it was really kind of interesting to me. The art's always fun to do. You get to see a bunch of really cool people. I've made probably 55, 60 friends across the country. We usually make it a point at least once a year to get together. It's like for like a week in some state of general area. I've been Virginia Beach a few times, Texas once, Baltimore once. So it's been kind of cool, especially with the comic side of it. Usually we go to some sort of convention, we usually make it a point to meet there, or we'll try to get around to something that's instead of just sitting around and doing nothing. I mean, but it's friends, you do what friends are supposed to do, so.
What's your favorite part about the conventions?
Well, aside from meeting all the cool costumes and people, specifically I've done a bunch of cosplay, dress up in different characters, and it's an expensive hobby, but I make a lot of cosplays, and I've sold a few, bought a car with one, so.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
If you don't mind me asking, how much does it take to make one?
Well, cheaper ones. I have a few really cheap ones that are like $150, $200 ones, and then the most expensive one, which I sold to get my car, was around $4,000 worth of work just to finish it, and then I sold it for about $5,000. I'm currently working on one that I have not enough funds for because I'm also working off college at the same time, clearly. But it's about $2,000 of work, and I'm not even halfway done with it. It's a lot of time-consuming stuff, but it's one of those cool things where you start it and it just looks like a bunch of different pieces, and then as it goes on, you start to see it come together, and it becomes kind of cool.
Can you describe one of them, or the one that you're making?
Well, the one that I sold, the one that I'm making, I can't really describe. It's like in fragments right now. It's supposed to be like a huge like armor set, but it's from Skyrim. I'm working on a Daedric armor set right now. But the one that I sold it was a 12-foot tall Bumblebee costume from Transformers, constructed out of Wonderflex, which is a plastic which you heat up and it molds to it. And I wore stilts, and it was really kind of cool. There was a few photo shoots that I was a part of that I made sure just to make every single time someone took a picture to make sure it looked like something out of the Transformers movies. So it wasn't like in perfect frame. It was always like blurred, and you'd have like some sort of lens flare in the background. It was kind of cool. It was one of those few instances where I like to not be on camera, and it's also on camera at the same time. So it's kind of cool.
Cool. Anything else you'd like to say?
You should totally give it a try if you haven't gone to a convention. It's a lot of fun. There are some that are local, actually, especially in Manchester. They have a few all the time.
Cool. Thank you so much.